Electric vehicles.
EV?
They are all the rage right now, and when we talk about the future of the automotive industry, they're it. Here in Windsor, known as the auto capital of Canada, big investments to electrify are also coming with big promises.
Good middle-class jobs in the years and decades to come.
2,500 steady, good-paying jobs.
We embark on this journey together to transition our company to an electrified future.
I wanted to know more about what kinds of jobs. How might this transition transform my city? And could electric vehicles leave blue-collar workers behind? At the heart of this story are people like Jason Mercier. For 23 years, he's packed a meal, left his home, hit the road to go to work at the Windsor Assembly Plant.
I think we're the best at it. You know, we've transitioned a lot, and we've come out with A+ every time. I'm proud to work there.
It's where approximately 4,000 workers assemble minivans like the Chrysler Pacifica, though there used to be even more workers when the plant was at full capacity. The plant has seen its share of ups and downs over the years, but it's still the city's biggest employer, the beating heart and a big part of the city's culture. Soon, these assembly lines will be revamped to build new vehicles, though it hasn't been announced yet which ones exactly, but for the first time, they'll be fully electric. It's a $3.6 billion investment.
First, Windsor is going to be retooled to produce a new multi-energy vehicle architecture and provide battery electric vehicle capabilities across multiple models. Brampton is going to be transformed, fully modernized, and beginning in 2024, when production resumes at the beginning of 25, the plant is going to introduce all new flexible architecture to support the company's EV plans, including full battery electric vehicles.
And with that investment, Stellantis, the company that owns the plant, is also promising to add more shifts for auto workers, but it might not actually be that simple because it could take fewer workers to assemble an electric vehicle. Let me explain. A big difference between electric vehicles and traditional internal combustion engine vehicles is the powertrain. That's the part of the car that creates power from your engine or your motor to get your wheels moving. Electric vehicles have way simpler powertrains with fewer moving parts. A 2019 research report for US lawmakers put it this way. While a traditional powertrain could have as many as 2,000 moving parts, an electric vehicle could have less than 20. So because electric vehicles are simpler to build, some automakers are saying that they might not need as many people to pump out the same amount of cars. There's an important nuance because Stellantis is promising to bring more shifts to the factory, but that might not necessarily translate to more people.
We know that, we're coming back to a 3-shift operation, which is great. However, we know a 3-shift operation with the ICE engine today that is 6,000 members. And as we transition into, the battery electric vehicle, it's probably not 6,000 members.
So 6,000 jobs, some of those jobs will be lost. I know you don't have an exact number, but do you have like a guesstimate, I guess, based on what you're seeing?
I mean, when you look at it, look at potentially 3,800 jobs over the 3 shifts, potentially what it would be.
And what will that do to auto workers in the city?
Well, listen, we're going to be short.
Cassidy says no one will be left behind. And Stellantis wouldn't confirm whether or not there would actually be a reduction at the plant. But here's the thing. Some of the job creation will be happening outside of the plant. There's a whole economy around electric vehicles, and a big part of that is building the parts that actually go into that vehicle. So in Windsor, a big part of this transition is the $4.9 billion electric vehicle battery plant that is currently under construction and is expected to be operational by next year. The plant promises about 2,500 new jobs with thousands of spin-offs anticipated from that as well.
My ultimate goal for that would be, that we could have a group that could transition between the 2 facilities.
I think that we've been just kind of beat up so much in the last 20 years that we're looking forward to some gains.
And do you feel like the EV battery plant is that something?
I do. I mean, I'm optimistic. I know it's going to bring a ton of jobs. I just hope that it transfers to my plant.
So jobs will change. Some jobs might be reduced, but on the flip side, a lot of new, very different kinds of jobs are coming.
We're expecting to be the creation of a lot of high-value, good-paying jobs in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, even chemical engineering. So we're going to see a lot more of that. And as the new factory gets built and the supply chain around it, there's going to be obviously demand for all those skills associated with construction and architect and sort of design and the rest of it.
Still, we're talking about a major culture shift here. Windsor is a blue-collar city, and a lot of these changes come with a lot of white-collar opportunities. So is Windsor ready for that?
So this is our Tesla Model 3 that we use for research in the lab.
This is where automobility research happens at the University of Windsor. And for this young engineer, the future is bright.
Electric motors is what I'm working in, so that will be like kind of my path for the future. But there's definitely like so many opportunities in all aspects of the vehicle. The motor is just one like little component in an entire system that works together. I think it's really exciting as a young engineer, like stepping into my career at this time, like I see like a field of opportunities, I suppose.
To get charged up for electrification, the university is already planning on offering a mechatronics engineering program, one that focuses on manufacturing and producing electric vehicles. It does still need to be approved, but the hope is to offer it for 2024 fall intake. And electrification is already being folded into existing programs and research branches at the school.
So this is N1 Utilities truck, and they wanted it converted to electric.
At St. Clair College, a similar story to prepare students for impending labor demands. The school has been getting ready for this for a few years now, developing a curriculum around EV maintenance.
This will be the first one in the province. And that's really because we've been integrated with industry so well here locally.
But in the meantime, they are still running their training programs on traditional car assembly and car maintenance.
We have to realize that the ICE engine is still here, internal combustion engine is still here, and we have to continue to train for that. But as the transition to electric vehicles happens, we have to be ready to train students. So in some cases, some courses are already designed, and some have already been modified. We just are not going to implement them until the time is right for that.
It's true that while a lot is changing, some things are also going to stay the same.
A lot of those jobs won't change, though, substantially either, because the vehicle still, of course, has four wheels. It still has the same kinds of interior. It still has a lot of the same sheet metal and other underlying important aspects and value in the vehicle.
Windsor is still going to be making cars. And even though there is some anxiety around the changes to come, I also heard a lot more optimism.
We're pretty excited to see anything come in, and if it takes off, it's another bonus for us, for the workers, to try and get the third shift back. That's what we're all about.
It's probably the biggest and the best investment that I've heard in my 57 years here. We're all excited.
Even with reductions possible, blue-collar workers are confident that there is a place for them in this new future and a path for new workers to join the ranks.
So I don't think that there's going to be winners and losers. I think that it's going to be a win-win out of this.
I hope that it works in the workers' favor this time, but we do deserve, and I think it's time that we make some gains.
There's so many opportunities, so if young people are looking to get into engineering and specifically in the electrification field, it's a really great place.
We're really excited because this puts Windsor on the map, and it gives our graduates, the young generation, the next generation, the opportunity to have jobs for a long time.
The future is coming, and while it's not crystal clear what it will look like, one thing is, Windsor will be part of it.